to them. So now
Uh,
this is an episode. Oh, sorry.
God damn it. Leo,
Go for it,
Carrie,
Carrie.
go.
Oh, okay. Now this is an episode all about how cats' lives got flipped, turned upside down. Elsie Lord and Patch, then Gigi and the babies, breaking our hearts as they deal with rabies.
I'm Trish Forstner.
I'm Tony Fleece. We are the creators of Feral and Stray Dogs, and you're on Splash Pages.
Is the one obvious thing.
What's wrong with him?
His girl just broke it off.
It's her father. He doesn't want her dating a zombie.
Why? What are they, demons?
She is predeceased.
An outsider?
Mm-hmm. Man, you're asking for trouble.
She broke my heart.
You're a zombie. Technically, you don't even have a heart.
After all of the great cinema that we brought to the world, and we still get no respect.
I don't know why he doesn't like me. I'm responsible. A full-time job.
You work at a haunted house in October.
I'm trying to be healthy. She's a vegan, so...
Wait, you're giving up meat?
Oh, come on.
What are you gonna do? Attack a farmer's market to try to impress her?
Now, if he was a vampire, you'd have a much better chance with her.
Yeah, those pretty bastards.
I didn't think this would be that hard.
Hard? Man, I'm a zombie and I'm black.
Oh, here we go.
I blame the educational system.
I blame the media.
I blame George Romero.
Oh. How could you be so disrespectful?
Coffee?
Zombies don't know much, but they do know good coffee. Deadly Grounds. It's coffee to die for, and zombie approved.
Who's George Romero?
Just have some coffee.
Hey, happy Wednesday, everybody. You are watching Splash Pages. My name is Leo. I'm the monkey behind the keyboard here. And we have an amazing show scheduled for you as always. Carrie, how's it going?
It is going fabulous, Leo. I am having just a great night. I'm super excited to have these guys on. They have utterly destroyed me, built me back up, and I have cried more reading this comic than anything else that I've ever read. So, well, maybe the Red Fern Grows might give it a little bit of a competition, but that wasn't a comic. So, yeah, looking forward to it. Let's get to Drew so we can get to our guests so we can get this going.
Thank you, Carrie. What a wonderful introduction, full of emotion and laughs, and a lot about how you have really connect to your reading. Thank you. Hey, everybody. It's Wednesday. Don't want you to think that you fell in some sort of Groundhog Day era loop and that you somehow missed whomever we had on yesterday. It was a great show. You would have loved it. But we have a fantastic guest returning from with us. Um, Honestly, they need no introduction. Their work is both adorable and a little dangerous at times. Um, we had them on when this series started, and we are so excited to have them back. They are totally killing it with their ongoing series, Feral, which is essentially like if the Aristocats met the Night of Living Dead. Their previous collaboration, Stray Dogs, is basically Oliver and Company meets Silence of the Lambs. And again, these two, whether working on their own projects together, they're absolutely fantastic, and they're the nicest, most good-humored pet owners you can imagine. But why talk about them like they're not in the room? So everybody, the one, the only Tony Fleecs and Trish Forstner.
What's up?
Hey. Oh.
Hey.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay, so we need to address this. Carrie, that was the best unexpected mini intro we've had in a while. Like, did you not see you caught Tony laughing as during the intro? He's like, what? Didn't expect this. You just fresh Prince the Feral. What the hell?
We did no warning. That was great.
Yeah. Do that every now and then. We get weird sometimes.
Sometimes.
Well, you guys deserved a special one because I'm gonna go ahead. I just have to do this now because I have to.
Okay, Carrie.
Okay.
It's your time. Leo, full screener.
Okay. So I had to go out, and for issue 18, I needed to get this very, very special Virgin variant cover because they do this beautiful thing for those of us who are pet owners, and you can send in pictures of your pets for the keyboard cats. And my little girl Hinata,
Aww.
she made it in, and I bawled so hard because since I had sent in the picture, she has passed away. She lives in this little box right now beside me because she was always on the show, so she's always on the show still. But I read it and I was just like, and I had to send off because my LCS doesn't do variant covers at all. So I like sent off to somebody who would have the incentive cover. And thank you guys so much for doing that because that was just the sweetest thing. Like half of my family was crying when I showed them that my cat is forever immortalized. So
we're very sorry for your loss. That's beautiful.
Thank you. But I just appreciate you guys so much for doing that. It was the best thing ever.
Yeah, of course. You must have sent it in right when the first issue came out, because we're still just barely making it through. I think we're in issue 3 now of emails we got from when issue 3 came.
Yeah,
we got a ton of emails.
Yeah,
just about 500 cats so far, and yeah, it's taking us forever.
Well, you know what this means? That talk that we had for the show, Feral issue 100, just to catch up to all the cats.
It's just that whole issue of just everybody's cats, just reader cats. We don't even have to draw anything, just reader cats.
Pretty much. It's just
cats for 30 pages.
We're burned out, breaking your heart. So here, cats.
Yeah, we take
keyboard cat omnibus.
Yeah,
that's right. Reader cat omnibus.
We haven't collected any of the keyboard cats yet. That's a good idea, Carrie. We're going to do that.
There you go. But like I said, like I remember when we had you both on, like when issue 1 was dropping, we read your amazing collaboration, Stray Dogs, which I've recommended to a few friends of mine who are dog owners. I don't think I've heard from anybody, so I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing. Like either they're too busy or they read it and they're like, why would you do this? Why would you recommend this to me? Like made me love my little boy / or girl even more. So I was like, okay, could have lost some friendships there, but you know what? Worth it promoting your stuff. So thank you. But like issue 1 was dropping when we last had you guys on. Now we're at issue 21. And just rereading this, I mean, what a ride, guys. I mean, like, how has that been? Just, I mean, I like I said, it's just so good. And you guys are still pumping them out, which means the sales are there. But what's the reaction been like when you're at cons and people bring the issues, or even people like Carrie whose cats were there? Like, how's the reaction been, since issue 1 dropped?
Trish.
A crossover from like people who think it's like what is that, warrior cats. I get a lot of people asking if it's like warrior cats, and I'm like, not really.
No.
I mean, my puddle level knowledge of warrior cats
Right.
is, nothing comparison. But I get a lot of people who want to give it. It's mostly little kids who come up and get it, which is hysterical to me. It kind
Yeah.
of blows my mind that little kids and their parents come up and they're like, oh, they just, they like the cute animals. And I'm like, you understand this is scary, right? I just want to
Right.
make sure they're cool. And so, like, they're cool. Like, the kids are just the coolest. So, yeah, I love it. The reactions are always good. A lot of people are always like, you didn't have to do that to this guy, or like, you think Patch is gonna get better? And I'm just like, oh no.
Oh boy.
Made it quite that far yet.
You guys have that Game of Thrones momentum. You have these favorite characters, and then you have the why would you do that? Like, the Brando from The Godfather, like, look how they massacred my boy.
Yeah.
Look what they did to him. And you're just like, just
That's
you
how
wait.
I felt about Patch anyway.
I don't care about you, Carrie or Leo. I feel like I'm now extremely like suspicious of pet stores now after the Pet City arc. Like walking in, I'm like,
where they keep them cats at?
but not even that. I was like, this is a dangerous place. We must get the food and get out before we get locked into the cult life of Pet City.
Yeah.
I will never feed my cat wet food again.
Yes, that's exactly.
I don't think they make the canned wet food out of kittens, but you can't be too sure. It might be safe to just stick with dry food.
Oh my God.
We sort of planned out that Pet City arc, based on the idea of like part of it was sort of like, what's our version of Dawn of the Dead, and then a little bit like The Road, or one of these ones where they, survivors sort of end up in cannibalism.
Right.
And so part of it was that, but then part of it was also we were thinking about these like puppy farms and kitten mills and stuff where they are just cranking out these animals and sort of showing the difference of our cats who come from the outside, and then putting them up against these, when we were first writing, we sort of described them as like homeschool kids. They're just like, they'd never been socialized, they'd never seen the outside. No offense to any homeschool kids.
Right.
They had, they were just different from our cats who were a little more socialized, and then as the story went on, we got to show like how different they were.
It got a little like Animal Farmish in there too. I felt like there's definitely some like, these are the rules, and this is your role if you do not assist your role.
No,
but this one's better than you. You guys are betters.
Carrie, the funny thing is when I'm reading like the arc and we find out what the wet food was, it kind of reminded me of that old movie. Was it about the Soylent Green? Like, it was like people like they're eating. I'm like, oh God, no. Like, I was like, what's the wet food? What's the wet food? Oh God, it's what the wet food was.
Well, also they just did what was that Apple show they did it on? Oh crap. You guys know what I'm talking about, right?
No, man, you gotta give us. There's a lot of shows on Apple, dude.
Where like an alien virus. No, alien virus takes over the entire world, and there's only like a handful of people that like regain.
Oh, Pluribus.
Pluribus, yes, and they find out that the alien virus, like they're eating people.
It's because they're running out of food.
Yeah,
I watched the show. I know this. Okay, you have to also use more than an apple show. There's so many, Leo. You could be talking about shrinking for all I know.
You got there. Take it easy, Drew.
Well, yeah. But
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm just really excited you guys are on.
Hold on, Drew.
I had dinner.
How many Apple shows are there where they're eating people?
4.
I was gonna say 5, but
there's got to be at least.
I don't have Apple. So.
But yeah,
Trish,
it was just.
You're the only one who hasn't weighed in yet.
I don't have Apple TV, so I wouldn't care about the number of cannibal shows on TV.
Well, the funny thing is because like I feel like it's really easy to look into comics, and you kind of just like, oh, like you think of a story arc, you're like, who's the villain? Did you guys have like a favorite villain? Because for me, it ranges from like the infected bear, which isn't really a villain, but it's like I was like, damn, that's intense.
Yeah.
The old lady, and then I don't know, I guess like Carrie, right? Mother Helena, right? Right, Mother Helena to then Lucky. And I was like, I'm just thinking of like the feral rogues gallery. And I guess I kind of would say Patch too. I was like, do you guys have a favorite villain? And even maybe one that's, it's like, oh, it's not really a villain, but like, they're kind of villainy.
I like Mother Helena, if I'm honest. I think we just scratched the surface of what she was capable of, really. Like, if we had like 5 more issues to go with her, we probably could have dug into some.
Oh my God. Can you imagine if you do like a Mother Helena miniseries?
It's like a one-shot Mother Helena being an asshole for 5 issues.
She's probably my favorite visually. I loved her, and like when she was the first time she walked in with the little kittens nursing on her was one of my favorite things that Trish drew.
It was so shocking.
Yeah.
It's just such a shocking thing to see.
Yeah. But Lucky's the only one that I really think of as an actual villain. All the other ones are just sort of like living their like doing their thing, and our cats are sort of like in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Right.
Like the cat lady thinks that she's helping these cats. She's just, gone too crazy to be able to actually be helping them. And the bear is a rabid bear, like they're like obstacles more than they're villains. But Lucky was the first one that we sort of like built a character where we bring someone in, make them charming, make you like them, and then wait until we, wait for the moment to flip them.
Yeah, he's a butthole.
Yeah.
And in terms of obstacles, I have to say I never thought like rabid bats would be as terrifying as they are, but I don't know if it was just how you guys did it or how Trish drew them.
No,
but I was like, wow, I completely did not realize how dangerous that bat was in Cujo. Like, I did not think
the most. Like the bats were on Tone. He just like Tony must have just said, "Go nuts, man."
I did. He was Tone draws all the
crazy
backgrounds, and he draws the people, and he drew the bats too.
And I was gonna go back over like some of them, like especially like the extreme close-ups, but he did such a gnarly job, and I was just like, oh god, I don't want to cover over that with like a cutesy insane bat. Like that would be super looking.
Yeah, Tone drew those in the studio here at my house, and we were working on issue 5. I was just thinking about it the other day because of how long he spent on that splash page where you turn the page and Elsie
and it's just like that swirl of bats coming up out of the top of the
barn,
out of the barn.
Yeah, he spent a ton of time on that, and
the rats were fun too.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I did draw over the rats, but Tone still did the most. Like this like massive rat king. There was like I don't know how many of them there, like 6 or 8 of them all together.
I love rat kings. I have a story I was just reading to somebody the other day that has a rat king as part of the focus of it, and they're just so weird. Yeah.
And then again, like you guys are such fans of horror, and it just shows anybody. But it's like the thing that's great is it's very subtle, like the way that kind of things are portrayed, how certain decisions are made and whatnot. I was like, I've seen this movie, but this is definitely a different take. So it and then of course, I mean the variant covers. I mean, you guys started it with like Stray Dogs, all the horror variants, and then you've just been continuing it with Feral. I mean, God, and the best part is with horrors. There's so much. You'll never run out. Like, no, I think we did that already. I was like, no.
We haven't doubled up too much. As far as like adapting horror like moments and tropes or like doing our version of things, I appreciate that you notice that it's sort of its own thing, because that is a big part of making it. It's like sort of a big concern for me, and for Trish too. Like we want this
Doesn't
to
it look like anything else?
Yeah, we want it to be its own thing, and we want it to play for real, like. And so we're never doing like the Muppet Christmas Carol version of like a horror movie, right? This isn't just like, oh, it's Saw now, but they're cats, like this is like the situation that we got these characters in, and it's, they're in a store and they're locked in there and there's zombies outside. So obviously you're like, oh, it's like they're Dawn of the Dead, but we're not doing like just going beat for beat after it.
Right.
Like the fun of it is what makes this different because they're cats, and what, like, what do we get out of it storytelling wise by having it be these cats in this situation instead of people?
And having the people involved too, because it's like some of the cats just really, really, really need their people and they really want the people. And where's my person? Where's my person? And then it's like, no, but my girl cried. And then you're just like, okay, now I'm going to cry. And then it's like, and these people are shooting them.
Yeah.
So you don't know which people are the right people. And some of them don't know any people. And so it's just like, and by the way, I have to say, when they had the role of he makes the food, I had really hoped at the beginning that it was because he somehow like had an opposable thumb, like one of the 6-digit things or something, and had figured out how to do the cans, and then it's like,
get a polydactyl cat up in here somewhere.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And it was just like, nope, no, it wasn't.
That would be even more horrifying if we cut to the back and Axel was just back there with like raccoon hands, opening cans and stuff. I want to throw up just thinking about it.
Oh no.
Mommy, I don't want to eat the wet food just broke me. I'm like, and you have kids reading this. Like you said, do they know that they're gonna experience like child cannibalism?
I mean, we don't advertise that part, so
No.
they don't know, but they come back for more,
That's why I asked them if they're cool. I'm like, are you cool?
It's fair. You have to, because last thing you want is to have someone have you autograph a therapy bill.
We actually, Farrell won an ALA award for best like kids
ongoing series, or was it comic
best
series?
ongoing young adult. I mean, not young adult. It was for youths. Anyway, it's a very long name of the award we won, but yeah, Farrell approved and awarded for children.
Yeah,
that's awesome. Congratulations. I'm stunned, but not for it. Like, it's a great story. It's just like, I don't expect it to be. I don't expect a librarian or a PTA to read it and be like, "Oh yeah,
right."
You know what I mean?
Recommend this crazy book about zombie cats.
Like, I recommend it, like he does, and to everyone. And but that's because I like having people have their souls destroyed along with mine, because it's such a fun feeling to share.
We've interviewed with a couple of library systems, and they seem cool. They seem really cool about it.
Yeah, I could just see that renting it out. Kill a kid has Farrell. Are you sure? Okay. All right, here you go. Enjoy.
The librarian's like, are you cool?
Perpetually doing the cool check for Farrell. You good? You cool? Are you really cool though?
Ask you some questions when you bring it back.
you bring it back. You get, you got smudges in the eyes. Like, okay, you want the second volume? We just got it in.
Yeah, exactly. Here's the second volume.
Yeah, shut up and take my library card.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's hysterical.
What is the what is it? The kids now, they're Gen Alpha or something like that.
Don't even.
Yeah. Well, no, I'm just thinking, like, being Gen X, like we had Watership Down. Is this going to be their version of, like, Watership Down?
I don't know, Leo. We really didn't know what we were going into with Watership Down, man. We thought that was going to be cute. But a lot of movies back then were like that. We're like, oh, this is going to be it. And they're like,
at least Plague Dogs had like a name that you could tell something was up. Watership Down just sounded like a nice, or where the Red Fern
bunny movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Where the Red Fern grows just sounds like a nice place. Yeah, I'd like to go there.
Oh God, I cried so hard when I read that. I was like 10. I mean, the weird thing about it is I'd already read like The Exorcist and stuff. I was the kid who got the my mom and my parents would just go up to librarians and be like, just let her read whatever. I was reading chapter books, I guess they're called now, when I was like 4. So it got up to, Hobbit when I was 8, and I was reading all this horror and stuff. And so but then in school they assign us the book, and I read it. I'm just like, why would you do this to me? I can deal with all forms of horror. I can get through Stephen King, I can get through The Exorcist, but this book makes me cry because
Carrie,
puppies,
Carrie,
but
that's just how some movies, books are. You watch one and it wrecks you, and you
yeah.
can't explain it. And it's always somehow one of them is always a kid's movie, and you don't explain it. But the second the song starts or the scene hits, you just start bawling. I know because I have one. I'm not going to talk about it because I can't show weakness because that is just I'll lose my spot here in Splash Pages. Is that right, Leo?
Yeah,
You guys
and
cry more than I do.
Yeah, that reminds me. Speaking of like animal movies and stuff like that. I just read this the other day about All Dogs Go to Heaven. I guess the main actress, she was murdered before it came out.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, and I guess Burt Reynolds when he did his like last scene.
You talk about the last scene.
Yeah, like he was actually.
You could tell it's wrecking him as he's doing it.
Yeah.
Because he recorded it after she had already passed.
Yep.
And he's just like, oh damn. Yeah.
I didn't know that. I just read that the other day.
You didn't know? Wow. Yeah, it was.
About that, Tony. We were watching some sort of documentary
about
that.
We watched the YouTube documentary about it. Horrifying. Yeah. She's a Ducky too,
in Land Before Time.
Yeah, great.
That gutted me. I was like, what? The same kid?
Yeah.
Whew.
Let's move on.
Yes, please.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Moving on.
I wanted to bring up the most recent issue, if we can, not for just because. Well, Andrew, you know where I'm coming from. This, I did a panel with Phil Hester before about doing silent comics because he's done a silent comic and a lot of what he does, he's not dialogue heavy at all or word heavy at all, really. But you guys had the perfect character to go with to do a silent comic, and you did it. And how hard was that for you guys to do it? Because it was flawless, by the way.
Agreed.
Everything worked out perfectly the way you staged it, and the pacing and everything was just wonderful. But was it a hard task to take on? Was there a lot of back and forth on it, or did you guys just kind of go with it?
There's a little more back and forth than normal. Trish, how was it different for you at all?
No, I think only toward the end when we were reorganizing one of the pages because it didn't read right. If you I apologize.
Oh no, it was great.
Yeah, there's the way that we work. I write the scripts and then I do thumbnails for the pages.
Oh, nice.
So this one I had it was a little more work thumbnailing because it's more of a panel-y issue just because it is silent and you're telling the story with more panels on the page than normal. So it was a little more time thinking about that and making sure that was all super clear because you didn't have words to sort of like pick up the slack if you were if you're cutting corners on your storytelling.
Yeah, to like transition you from like scene to scene.
Right.
We didn't have like a crutch. Kind of had to make sure it read right when you got there.
But we've been planning for this issue for a while. Like ever since we introduced Ghost, we wanted to do his solo issue, and it was just a matter of like giving him enough stuff beforehand, like giving him enough moments and screen time in the issues leading up to it, so that when this issue happened, you'd sort of he's got his fans and people like would want to see what he's up to on his own running around.
I swear though, his introduction, I completely forgot like how he showed up was so great. And he was like in the car and they're just like, who is this? Oh, that's a Ghost. Yeah, you don't know? He was in the house with us. And I'm just like, Lord, you are such a dummy, but we love you. It was
like everybody loves Ghost. And everybody's like,
who? Did
I just wake up? Who is this guy?
Right. And it's just such a brawler too. I was just like, man, this is a cool cat, pun intended. So
we love that character. And he first showed up, he was gonna play a bigger part in the Cat Lady arc, and then that arc just sort of got so there was so much going on in it and so much like carnage, and there just wasn't a space for him to get his moment, and so we sort of moved his stuff more to the Pet City arc. But this was always the where we wanted to go with it, and obviously we'll see a lot more Ghost, in the issues that follow.
Right.
But we wanted to get to we enjoyed doing the patch issue that we did, issue 6, and we want to do more of those spotlight issues. But this was one where we were like, this is fun, and like you said, it's the perfect character. You can do a silent issue and really have it hopefully resonate.
And it's so funny because like I was talking to Carrie about this. Like I've only read a select amount of like silent issues, and I've always said that it's such a hard thing to pull off. It's almost like it's a forgotten art of comics these days, because again, like it's very easy to tell a story with dialogue and whatnot, but it's another thing to tell a story and it's all what you see, so whatnot, and it really does take like a dynamite team. And it's funny, I mentioned to Carrie, I was like, I've noticed a lot of the ones that I've read are always dealing with loss in a way. Like one of the ones that I remember was like way back during like New 52, during Pete Tomasi and Patrick Gleason's Batman and Robin run. Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking. Issue 18, which was a silent issue of Batman dealing with the loss of Damian. And it's just heart. It's just you could see him going through the stages. At the end, he just breaks down, and it is just without a single word of dialogue. It is literally one of my favorites. And I told both of them that, and this I was like, it's the same feel too. Like exactly what's going on. You got to see it, but the fact that you can't hear it, you're just kind of imagining what's being said. So in some way, silent issues, you're the writer. So you're imagining what they're saying. You're putting the words in their mouth, and you just become even more invested in what's going on. It really kind of puts like, this is some deep shit. They are in trouble. This is like, they were in trouble before. This is worse. So yeah.
And I love the relationships that all of the characters have created with each other, like Gigi and the kittens getting just like, Elsie, look, we can't just abandon the kittens and stuff. And then Elsie is just a goddamn mess, by the way. She is one hot mess of a character. She's a great cat who wants to take charge, but can't because she has so much goddamn guilt riding on her for every single thing she does. And it doesn't help that because she takes it on her and just keeps kind of like poor meing herself here and there, people are just like, I'm sick of your shit. Shut up. Get over it. You didn't, it's not all you, bitch. And so forgive my like turn this into like some trash talking cats or whatever right now. But I
always accept Elsie slander. It's fantastic.
Well, she has some great moments. I love her like spiritual advisor that goes with her. That's really just trying to like, just go. You're better off alone. Just really, weren't you always? You were better off alone. And her guilt over how she treats Lord, but Gigi just hating on her is crazy. And
oh my god!
But one of the best moments, and guys, you have to read all this so you'll understand. It's so intense. But Lucky, who we were talking about before, the first intentional villain, who is like the schmoozing kind of, I'm a big tough tomcat, and I got this big old dog next to me who's gonna do whatever I say. He's my muscle and stuff, infiltrating things, and then just like, getting all the girlies on the side, but he's going off trying to control everybody's shit and just like, oh, you can't go because you're going to have my kittens. She's like, I'm fixed, motherfucker. And just shuts him down. And he's just like, you just ruined everything for me. And it's just like, okay, Elsie had her moment in the sun where she actually did something that worked out for everybody right. For like a couple pages, Elsie did the right thing for everyone involved, not just herself. So I love all that dynamic going on, and Gigi and the kittens are great. And Lord just trying to bond with everybody because he's just everybody's friend.
He's everyone's buddy.
And as you're saying with Ghost, you have this wonderful character who's nice to everybody, who deserves it, and goes through and is the silent observer of everything. And I can see where you would have wanted to put in more story in the cat lady's house, but it's also he was like a deaf cult member, which makes it, there was a lot to observe, but I think you did it well writing in so we could see all of them saying like, "Oh, we follow the lady, we follow the lady," instead of having him, but having him shine now is just perfect because you've gotten to see him in the background and then jumping out and doing his ferocious thing, and then he just jumps back and chills. And so now we get to see what he's doing while he's chilling and everybody else is freaking out. So
Agreed.
I love all the character development that you guys have put in these. It's not just cats going through shit, guys. These are like some very seriously intense emotions and relationships that are occurring between all of these cats.
Well, sort of
and dogs.
The difference between feral and stray dogs, like one of the main things that we wanted to focus on is that in stray dogs, we gave them this memory thing where like these dogs couldn't hold grudges if they wanted to, like it's like tabula rasa, like every day they wake up and it's a new day for them and they're just going about their dog business. But these cats, we want them to have a long memory and, like hold on to things and hold on to resentments and stuff like that. And so it is a much different story in that way, but it also, like you said, like it gives us a lot of, and because it's ongoing and because, we've done 20 issues now, like you get to take these cats on a journey together and like do a lot of development of how they interact with each other and how they, what does Gigi think about Lord and what does Lord think about Elsie and like all of that stuff.
Mm-hmm. And I just want to say, I think one of my subtle favorites is Moosh, just because, again, he's just a terror. Like it's so easy to look at him as like, oh, he's a brawler, and then he's just a sweetheart. And then even when Lucky, who's essentially like his everything, is trying to say, oh, I got this absolute control, and Elsie's like, Moosh, sit. And he's like, all right, cool, I'm just gonna sit down. And I'm just like, you little baby, you zombie eating like psychopath. I was like, I can't. I that was one of my favorites because I was just like, again, another winning moment for Elsie. I was like, Elsie, you've done some dumb shit, and people have died, respectfully. But man, I'm glad you get a moment or two to shine, girl.
R.I.P. Jonas.
Yeah,
that was something.
My second son. I loved him.
So I did want to ask because I was just wondering. I was like, for you two, were you guys pet owners when you were younger? Are any characters in Feral essentially done out of tribute to previous pets of yours?
Gigi's designed after a calico I had as a child.
Oh.
Only she was like a fat cat with like a little peanut head and little stick legs, and I loved her so much. And her name was Kitty Puss, named by a bunch of 5-year-olds.
Yeah, of course.
But so KP for short. But Gigi, is my little tribute to Kitty Puss in the way she looks.
Right.
She wasn't a snotty little. I guess she's not snotty, but she's.
Yeah, she wasn't snobby. She wasn't like a, and she also wasn't knocked up a bunch of times. So
yeah, she's kind of a conundrum.
We found her in a tree, so there was, and she was kind of found in a bush. So, same.
I will say one of my other favorite moves of Gigi was we're gonna run to find the shelter. That is not safe. We're gonna come back. Hey, how did that whole running to find shelter work out? Shut up, Lucky.
Yeah. All right, sorry. Jeez. Okay, can we move on?
Yeah, exactly.
So Tony, did you have any?
Oh, go Leo.
Yeah, no. I was just going to say, I know as a pet owner, reading this is very difficult at times. I can't imagine how difficult it is for both of you to create, this, writing, but especially like the art, Trish. What is your process? I mean, are there times where you just need to put everything down and just like walk away? How do you get through it?
Oh no, Stray Dogs fixed me there, because we did enough damage to my psyche in that one that I was just like, oh, I'm cool with everything else now. It's fine. We've done, when Victor and I thought, that's it. Nobody's gonna love us anymore. We're going out in the trash. Like, this is, have we gone too far? Is this nuts? And drawing those last few pages of that issue 3 of Stray Dogs, I was like, ooh, I don't know if I'm gonna do this anymore. Let's just, head down and keep working. Handshaking, go have myself a glass of wine, steady out, and
Fair
then
enough.
keep moving. But no, after that, and people were like, "We hate you, but we love you." Like, I'm like, "Cool." That's where I'm gonna live from now on. We hate you, but we love you.
I love hearing these things because I feel like it's always people who bought the book. So like I just feel like it's just like being a creator, you just become like Emperor Palpatine, just good, let the hate flow through you with your monetary donations.
Well,
Like
obviously, you
always,
want people to feel things, like, and sometimes you want them to feel like empowered, or you want them to feel happy, like we hopefully give them moments like that, like you were saying, when Ghost jumps in and has these big action moments, or when Elsie says, "I'm fixed, you idiot," like you get these little moments. But also, yeah, part of that is if you're taking people on a roller coaster, you also have to take them real low sometimes. And I don't think I have any trouble writing it. Sometimes I feel like I get too excited about it, where I feel
That
like
might say
Emperor
more about you
Palpatine,
than
I feel
anything.
where I'm like, good, here we go. But the only thing that's anything like that is when I was writing maybe it was issue 18. It's the one where Axel talks about the process of making the wet food. And I was writing it like on an airplane, and I remember just being like, is anybody
looking at me while I'm doing
that? I felt like if I was seen writing that out in public, somebody would come and take me away. That was as bad as it got. Otherwise, I'm pretty, like, I sort of know what the book is and what we're doing, and so I when it comes time to do something horrific to one of these cats, the only thing that's hard about it is figuring out how to do it where it feels like it counts, where it feels like it matters.
You absolutely do that perfectly. This is something that if I need to feel like sometimes I read books and there are some things like some people will hit a note with you, like Jason Aaron just makes me feel like somebody hurt him really bad when he was growing up. And I always ask him that.
he does. And he's like,
I do.
We don't have time for that.
Like, fucking hey. She's asking again. But but you can see some things where it's like you're profoundly just like the idea is amazing, but it's an idea and it's a concept and it's great and the art is great, but you don't really like it doesn't tug your heartstrings so much. And this is a real like if I need to feel this is going to be you guys' books, this and Stray Dogs and something is I'm going to sit down and reread again so that I can just have that like re-pulling of my heart instead of it just being like, oh, that was really cool idea and a cool storyline. This is a cool storyline, and I'm so emotionally invested in it that you're just fucking nailing it, guys.
Yeah, I love that. I've got stuff like that. I've got movies like that, or songs like that, where it's like if I feel like if I need to empty out my head, if I need to get some tears out, I'll throw those on.
And Leo, not to put you on the spot, because again, I know you're a pet owner, but you're also not really a horror guy. So kind of was it a little difficult for you, kind of, getting your heart broken in this way? Did you hug? He has a dog, Riley, who is the sweetest dog in the world, and unfortunately is blind. And she's the sweetest dog ever. Like Carrie, you can attest to this. We've been at Leo's place. She's the sweetums. But I'm just like, I was like, how's Dog Devil? I was always asking him, I was like, what's like having Matt Murdock as a dog? And he was like, her days of jumping over rooftops is over. I'm like, she was a good guardian devil dog. But she's the sweetest. But I imagine, I was like, Leo's like, I'm going to hug her a little harder tonight. And I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. Carrie, why do we try breaking him every time? Every time I'm like, we should feel bad, but you should read this, though.
I know. It's this is a little bit easier. Not to sound heartless, but it's a little bit easier because it's cats.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's stray dogs. Oh, right, stray dogs
dogs.
did break you a little. I
I've
remember
had
you
numerous
had to
people
take breaks
say-
with that.
Yeah,
I've had
but
numerous people say that like it's easier because it's cats because they don't have like that, big innocent attachment that because cats. A lot of people feel that way about cats. I don't have cats personally, but I have had cats growing up, and they were also they were sweethearts, but they would also knife you if
Oh, yeah.
they have knives on their hands. They will stab you if they can.
Well, and you feel like they would take care of themselves, like
Yeah.
if I if
Or
I left
something
the
happens
door
to me, my
open and
dog
the cat
is
got away, I'm not afraid that the cat's going to starve or get hit by a car right away.
yeah.
If my dog goes 2 houses away, I'm sure he's going to completely fall apart.
yeah. It's also growing up on a farm. There was a lot of at one point there was a lot of stray cats, and one neighbor moved out, and they had a bunch of cats, left them, and like the population exploded. And then a predator moved into the area, and the population shrunk quite a bit. But I don't know why.
Leo,
You're comfortable
Leo
with cat murder, is what you're saying.
coyotes.
Yeah.
He fucking feeds the coyotes that come on his property to encourage them.
We feed all the animals. It's
No, you do.
You
You
feed
do
meat to coyotes.
No, Leo does the homeowner thing. Anytime there's a wild animal in his backyard, we get a photograph. It's like, oh, guys, hey, look who just showed up in my backyard, and it's just 2 turkeys.
That's great.
It's a
I love
it's
those.
a coyote. God, you just get a lot of weird birds. Like I was like, are you trying to start an aviary? Like, didn't you have an eagle once or something, or a hawk?
Oh no, it was turkey vultures.
Yeah.
It was I don't know, like -5 one day, and we had 2 huge turkey vultures come onto our back deck, and they were just spreading their wings super long, just warming themselves up.
And he brings it up so nonchalantly, like, oh, guys, look out there, look at these turkey vultures. I'm like, these things do not happen to normal people. Like, it's the same thing. Like Carrie was like, oh yeah, look at this thing I'm reading. Look at all the blood splatter and everything. I was like, again, you are talking like you're reading the Peanuts. Okay? Again, like you two, your disconnect is fantastic. And you're talking to someone who speaks as if everything's a bullet point presentation. So thank you. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Tony, Trish, and me. Horror and us.
Yeah,
just face it, Drew. You're a city boy.
The thing about it is
hold
that
on, Carrie. I'm not.
here.
My mother's from Pennsylvania. Okay, I have seen bears crossing the road as about as nonchalant as anything. Okay, I don't want to hear that. Oh, city slicker, fuck you. Carrie, you were saying?
Get city wildlife. You get foxes and rats the size of dogs.
There you go. That doesn't faze me. Someone brings a bear. I'm like, huh, look, a bear. Some people are like, that's a bear. I'm like, okay, guys. Okay, it's no T-Rex. Okay, calm down.
Hold on a second. What other animals do you get, Trish?
Yeah, Trish.
No, just your usual city dwellers, foxes, the odd deer from the graveyard across the road.
I like how you bring that up again. Like you fit in right in. You're like, not like, yeah, the graveyard across the road. Like that sounds like something Carrie would say. Like
Trisha's my new bestie again. I'm collecting.
Cool.
Yep. See, I grew up on an acreage, and so we had animals. Like we would see like deer. I didn't know that they had herds of like 20 some deer at a time running down across our property because we had all this just acres of just wilderness, like down a little hill thing. And I had a yard full of turkeys once. We woke up and the dog was barking, and we had to let the dog inside and go out. And the turkeys were smart enough to jump the fence to get in, but not to get out. So we had to like open up the gate. And well, they just took pellet guns and shot them to just shoo them out because they were attacking if you tried to get near them. So they had to but it wasn't killing them. It was just giving them little stings and motivation. But my mom now lives in the north part of Lincoln, Nebraska here, and she has this nice commons area. There's some cleared out land still around where they are. They haven't gotten far enough yet into developing all of it. And so she has had foxes, deer, bunnies, squirrels, all the other birds and things, but raccoons. And recently there have been mountain lions in the area, but we saw coyotes. And she had a coyote that came onto her, it was running around her front yard, setting off her light. It came onto her porch and was just hanging out there. And she has a mini Jack Russell Terrier that weighs like 8 pounds. And so whenever we let that dog out to go to the bathroom, we have to watch the whole time because that coyote it's been around like a lot. And that could just pick her, and Hawks could pick that dog up if she wasn't on a leash, and just like take it away. And so I look at this and we're like, we have to be very careful. And Leo has a big dog, so he's like, I'm going to feed the coyote. Then it'll come more and I can look at it again. And yes, they are very cool. I loved them when I lived on the acreage, but that's because cats will take on a coyote and win, whereas Peanut will just like roll over for belly scratches and get dead. So
again, the difference is between stray dogs and feral. So
speaking of stray dogs and feral,
let's talk about it.
Okay, Carrie, can I please?
As long as you mention that when I called you.
Okay. I have never been more excited for a crossover on that last page. And I literally messaged Carrie the second, because she was like, oh my God, have you read it? You need to. I'm like, oh, I'm getting into it. She said, you need to read it. Like she took out the demon voice. She was like, you need to read this. And I'm like, okay, Satan, relax. Put your glasses back on. And I'm just reading it. And I'm like, let's fucking go. Like, because I wondered, I was like, are they in the same, like, you not to be a fanboy, but you do that, like, are they in the same universe? Is everything connected? Is Make Mine a Marvel? And I'm just like, and I was like, and my brain's like, okay, first thing, Stephen King was doing Easter eggs way before a Marvel movie dropped, so back up. Second thing, yes, fantastic. I don't care if it's going to be a spin-off, it's going to be a little story. You two bringing everything together. I was like, if anybody's going to talk in this book, yes. So, thank you.
I mean, I feel like you're still being pretty obscure about what's going on.
I am, because I want Carrie to do the reveal rather. So, Carrie, go.
Okay.
So why don't you let our amazing guest do the reveal?
Well, that's true, right? I'm sorry, Leo.
Because Tony said "fuck you" to everybody who hasn't gotten around to reading it yet.
I would never say.
No,
he never said that. He
didn't actually say that.
He never said that. And even if he said that, he never said that.
I lie a lot. People don't know.
I said they've had a week, and
they
that's
have.
long enough. But I would never say "fuck you" to our.
No, he never said.
Yeah.
It was literally spoiled the minute it came out. Like
Trisha's like, why is she saying these things? He's a wonderful man. And I'm like, because I lie.
I have never once said that Tony's a wonderful man.
She has never said that. She said other things, but those were never words. She said other.
Okay,
other
hold on.
descriptions.
Carrie, before you do bring it up, I do have the last page queued. Would you like me to bring up the image as
how about you go 2 pages before so we can
True. Build it up.
Yeah.
Cinematic like.
So we have this amazing comment. Oh, yes, dear.
Well, I was also going to ask our amazing guests if they would like us to show it. If not, we won't.
Yeah, that's fine. Go ahead.
Go for it, Leo. Do you think, buddy boy?
So we've been reading this series, and I'm reading this beautiful comic, and it is a silent comic, which already has me just going absolutely insane because it's so beautiful. Ghost here, if you don't know about albino cats, a lot of times they are deaf, and so Ghost is deaf, which makes it great for this comic. And so many horrible things have happened to these poor cats, and you're just going through and trying to figure out what's the next thing going to be. Okay, they're stuck in this high school right now, but what can we possibly have that's going to like turn things on their tails? And then Leo. Okay. Next. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Ghost is going around, and Ghost goes into the final room. And now flip it to us, Leo.
And now
That's the
keep
final
flipping,
room.
Leo.
Keep flipping. Get to the last page.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
Boom.
Bam!
Look at those babes.
Guess what, everybody?
Oh my God.
Stray Dogs is coming your way.
Like literally the only other way you guys could have done like a crossover that I would be equally excited about is if suddenly some of the dogs and I believe one cat from like Evan Dorkin and Jill Thompson's Beast of Burden showed up. I'm like, okay, I was like, I'm good. I'm good.
Even more surprising.
I would just be flabbergasted. I was like, okay, so we are now just gonna rip all the heartstrings out, just completely dead the marionette that is our bodies. Because yes, but
okay.
No pressure.
Part of giving this spoiler though was to say, if you liked Feral, if you didn't like Feral enough, or if you like Stray Dogs, they're together now.
Together.
More inspiration to check out the other if you don't know it, so that you can know what's going on with the two combined, because either way you're going to lose your shit. And if you're like me, who is all about both of them, and Drew, who I call it 3:00 in the morning to be like, fucking read it. Yeah, it's just
completely
like,
forget who she is. I'm like, who is this? Okay, I'm gonna read it.
Yeah,
it's a silent issue. It doesn't take that long to read.
No,
But
I mean, respectfully,
you guys have just, I didn't. I was just like, holy shit! And how? What? Oh, where is this gonna go?
when did you realize that that's something you guys wanted to do?
It was.
We started planning for it after we weren't sure we wanted to do it until we sort of figured out like what interesting way to do it would be, where it wouldn't just be like, oh, now the cats have been kidnapped by a serial killer, or now that, you know,
right.
We had to try and figure out something that would make sense, why they would be there, and then also like give us something in the story, you know, like add something to it. And
right,
we had been talking for a long time about how when we introduced Moosh, about how dogs and cats can't talk to each other, and so we had this, you know, Lucky can communicate with Moosh, and then, you know, we have Elsie talk to, you know, tell him sit one time, but it's sort of like this undercurrent in that last arc is that like whoever controls this dog Moosh can sort of control everything, and it's it gives Lucky this power because cats can't talk to dogs. And so when we started thinking about like, well, that's interesting, then we could do a crossover with Stray Dogs and have it be different than any other crossover, because it's basically like these people experiencing the same thing, but they speak different languages and they can't really talk about, you know, what's going on or what the
right.
what the other ones are seeing. So we probably started thinking about it like a year and a half ago, I guess. We were working on issue 10 at the time, when we, you know, basically once Moose showed up and we started going through all the like what that means.
Who can talk to him? What does that, you know, who can does he understand the cat? Does Lucky, you know, does Lucky understand him at all, or does he just yell commands and, you know, Moose just do whatever he does?
Yeah, this was probably about a year and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
And like we always said, like this, the Feral story has a shape and has an ending, but there's a lot of room for sort of improvising and going off in different directions and stuff. And this is one of those where it's like, oh, this is a direction we can go, and it takes us, you know, we go here and then it takes us to that thing we're going to. And
right.
Or like, you know, well, what was one of the things where we were like, you know, I imagine the cats are like, oh, doggy, you're such a child, you know, and like they just treat the dogs like little innocent babies, and you know, like, oh, sweetheart. The dogs are inside. They're like, you know, we know what's going on. We don't know very long what's going on, but we know what's going on, kind of.
Or they're just these big aggravated.
Yeah.
You know, they yell and bark all the time, and the cats are just like, you know, what are these guys talking about?
Yeah,
we had a couple dogs show up in the book. There's the rabid dog that shows up in the book, the neighbor dog, and then Moosh for a long time, and so it's just a matter of, like I said, figuring out how they communicate with each other.
Well, apparently one of our viewers wants to know, will we be seeing cat dogs so they can communicate between both species?
This is the origin of cat dog.
Yeah, that's the crossover we need.
Alone in the world is a little cat dog.
Yes,
I'm required to sing it every time I see it because I've watched it
so much.
I mean, I might pivot right now. Maybe we're already in the laboratory. There's scientists. Like, this could be where they're doing like their Day of the Dead experiments. Maybe they're making
Holy shit! If you name one of them blood, I'm done.
The only way to cure this rabies outbreak is if they were to combine a cat and a dog at the middle.
Dear God.
The horror.
And it's Carrie, 1 second.
You go.
I think this is the thing that blew my mind, is because when I think about like stray dogs, in my head, I was like, wow, this is like one of the rare moments where like a horror story had like a happy ending of sorts. So, and I know it's kind of like when people end it in that way, it's like, wow, like, no, we're like, a lot of times like, oh yeah, what is it? They're like, no, we're good. They've earned their peace, but it's like one of those where like, yeah, but sometimes you just get an idea that's so good that you're like, you know what? It's been long enough. Let's throw the chaos back. Let's bring our good boys back for one more ride.
That definitely was part of the calculation too. Was like, how much do we want to put these dogs back into danger? Didn't we put them through enough? Do we, we love them so much.
They don't remember it though.
Well, that's what we get into in the thing. Like, do they remember it? Do they not remember it?
Right.
So that's issue 22, by the way, on FOC next Monday. We jump right off into it as far as like, what do these dogs remember, and what are they doing in this world now? Well,
and I again cannot wait for that, and then just to see what you guys do with that. And also, I just want to say on a separate note, Tony, I mean, the last time we had you on individually, you were still wrapping up your series with Dave Watcher, Uncanny Valley, which was awesome. What a great series. And then right now you're part of you're working with DC. You're killing it on Deathstroke. Issue 1 just launched. You had probably one of the best collaborators possible, Carmine Giandomenico. I think I said that right. I mean, and then on top of it, you had such a strong first issue, man. Like again, congratulations. I mean, that's working on a character. So what's all that been like?
It's been tough. I really do try to go real hard on first issues. Like the first issue of all of these that you talked about, Stray Dogs and Feral and Uncanny Valley. I feel like I make hopefully the kind of first issues where you're like, well, I'm going to read the next one. Like that got me. And it's a little bit harder when it's a character that is established already and has already had Deathstroke has had 3 or 4 first issues, and so then you read all of those and you go like, well, what are other people doing, and how do you really grab somebody with the first issue? And I agree, you're correct. Carmine is a real asset. He's a great collaborator, but when you're putting out an action comic like that, if you've got that guy, like more than half the work is done. Like, I just got to sort of show up and guide a little bit because it's going to look awesome. So yeah, it's been challenging, but DC is very supportive, and the Next Level initiative. The point of it is basically to try and make DC books that are like Image books, basically. Like, they're giving us a little bit of room to run, like a little bit of leeway to be able to do something a little bit different, and hopefully that shows up. I mean, it's not Deathstroke with dogs and cats, it's not that much my Image book, but it is. I am writing it basically like as if I was writing a comic book about a new character called Deathstroke that I
Right.
So
Amazing.
speaking of other things you've worked on, what are we going to think about for cosplays for both of you of Rabid My Little Ponies?
Oh
Here
dear.
for it. Bring them in.
I
Yeah, that sounds
mean,
great.
I think that sounds like fun.
I thought that was like a whole thing. There was like, I don't remember who was doing that book, but it was like My Little Nightmarish Venomous Ponies or something like that.
No, I
The
remember that.
artwork in it was kind of weird, but it was like My Little Pony meets like Venom. It was weird.
I still see pony cosplays all the time, so I feel like it's just one step away from sprinkle a little blood on that and maybe have some Alka-Seltzers in your mouth.
It's not ponies, but there's warcorns, right?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, Garrett Gunn.
Garrett Gunn, yeah.
Yeah,
I got a bunch of those.
Horns, another like unicorn, like action comic as well.
I know it's funny because I always think about it. Anytime someone brings up like cosplaying as My Little Pony, I always think Bob's Burgers when Bob was dressed as an equestronaut. Bob Cephala. I was just like, I can't. Like someone was like that would be my Bob's Burger cosplay. Would be Bob as an equestronaut. So that's what I always think of. But I was like, I don't care enough to commission that or to make it. I was like, no. I was like, what? I was like, one day I'll go somewhere that's green with all the horses, Yeah, I mean, Trish, I swear, just following your account, I feel like you're one of those people like just when I think I've drawn everything cute and strange, someone else like, can you do this? And you're like, and the bar is lifted yet again.
Up one more.
What have you been drawing recently, Trish? You've done some cool covers recently.
I did a couple for Dork for Bird City Comics. That was fun. I got to do that 8-bit one that was really nice, and then that was like a Super Mario Brothers thing.
Nice.
And then they let me do my own take on like a Pokemon card.
Oh
version,
wow!
Which
I haven't seen it. What'd you do?
Which to me was more my speed, like the artwork wise. And I hadn't really done a lot on my iPad as far as like full rendering and all that. So I did that whole piece on my iPad, which was really nice. Instead of me having to switch between devices. And I could just sit on my couch and do it, which was fantastic.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Not
You did
the
the
couch.
Fairyland covers on your iPad too, right? Didn't you do those?
Which ones?
Didn't you do the Fairyland crossover?
Oh yeah, I did the I Hate Fairyland crossover. There's 2 of them up on FOC. Right? Are they FOC?
Yeah, Monday. Yeah.
That's 22. I Hate Fairyland and Fuck Fairyland.
Oh God.
The I Hate Fairyland one does have, since we were kind of like avoiding showing the stray dogs up until it released, there is stray dogs on that I Hate Fairyland cover for 22, which is fantastic.
Oh my God. And it's so funny that you mentioned Orc because I just started reading that because a lot of people I know like, oh, this is so good. I'm like, I don't know. I'm not really a fantasy guy. Like I'm more of a science fiction. I read it. I was like, boy,
really
this is great.
Yeah.
Like
it's super good.
Yeah, and so I think like during that one, they told me at the time that it was one of 2 homage covers they let go through because it was so like well done. They let it go through, and I said, "Cool, I like being one of the well done ones. That's awesome."
Another
and
feather
so-
in that cap, Miss
Yeah.
Forstner, you know.
And so if you go, I think that second one might have been on there too, but that one is more of it was just like an illustration that was more, it leaned into my cartoony side so that I could actually like, draw that character in my own style, which is fantastic. I don't like, oh yeah, and I mean, of course, who doesn't love Pippa?
Aww.
The super puppy. He's so fantastic.
And speaking of, didn't you write a story for DC during like Super Pets, right?
Yeah, I did a Super Pets book with Mike Norton. It was Bitewing joins the Super Pets. It was
yeah, that was so cute. I just had to say, like reading that, I was like, oh yeah, all the pets, and then I was like, wait a second, Plastic Man has a bird. I'm like,
Yeah, that was fun. With I knew that Mike could draw literally anything, and so we got to put a couple pages where it was just big splash pages with a ton of different animals, and that would be like what we want, Lobo's dog, and
The kangaroo was
Quinn's
fun.
stuffed beaver, and we
Right.
put a Queelock from Gen 13, all these different animals.
Yeah. I forgot about the kangaroo. Isn't that like Wonder Woman's? It's a kangaroo, right?
Yeah, it's a kanga though. It's not a
Oh,
kangaroo.
right.
A lot of people get this confused. It's an alien.
Right. It's a
It
kanga.
just looks exactly like a kangaroo.
Sorry, Mr. Fleece, if you please. Apologies, sir. Thank you for correcting us.
You need an
Um,
eye of some sort for somebody. There has to be somebody that deserves it. Have you guys seen those?
Yes,
No,
they
what are
are
you talking
bizarre looking. They're fun.
They-
It's like
Yeah.
lemurs. They got like really long fingers.
Ooh,
Yeah, they're always flipping somebody off because their middle finger is hugely long. They're like spindly,
I love
like
that.
if a lemur got sucked into the Dark Crystal Skeksis universe kind of feel to them.
dear God, that's terrifying.
Well, they are, and they're
No, I
like my
know, but
spirit
just saying.
animal. So
You know
Like-
why I know about those? It's because there's a character in Pokemon. There's a Pokemon that looks like one.
really,
That's why I, know about it.
Yeah,
Graftify.
and Trish, I have a friend who's a huge like Pokemon fan, so I'm definitely going to show. Like, did you have the Pokemon that you mentioned doing the Pokemon drawing? That's on your
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I drew a Jolteon, I think, on.
nice? I'm
Yeah.
totally going to send that to my friend and just be like, "Oh yeah, we had this person on the show. You should commission her to draw more Pokemon." She would die.
Yeah, I love Pokemon. They're
Oh,
I only know like the first age of Pokemon, so like I have to pick my spiritual. You have a trio, right? So I'm like,
oh yeah, your starters, I guess.
Sick.
yeah,
yeah.
I'm Psyduck, Snorlax, and Jigglypuff. Because
That's fair.
I'm stressed all the time. I sleep a whole lot, and then I just fuck with people. So that's kind of my thing. What are your Pokemon starter pack? If you were
Well, I started the game with
Like
Charmander, of course, because you always start with the fire guy. I always start with the fire guy. But then I got the Pikachu into Raichu, of course, Raichu, one of my favorites, and Jolteon. My Electric Murderers from back in the day. My
good to know.
old G1 Game Boy game.
nice.
Respect.
I still
Drew,
have it.
should
Right upstairs.
Oh yeah, still got mine. I got that nice green Game Boy Color.
Should I
Nice.
tell my Pokemon story?
Yes,
tell
tell your
it.
Pokemon story, Leo.
I had this huge Pikachu, like 2.5 feet long. Like I got it from a place I used to work, but the owner could not learn a lesson. When I worked with him the first time when I was a kid, he was raided by the FBI a couple times, and yeah, he sold like pirated products, and
okay.
and then I get a call out of the blue. This is like many years, like a decade later, and it's him. He's in jail again for selling pirated Pokemon products. So he asked me to run his store for him while he's away in jail for 8 months. He gets out early. He gets out early, and he asked if he could use I had a huge garage at the time, but use it to store like all his products from his warehouse. Turned out he turned in his supplier. His supplier, I guess, was part of the Yakuza. So the Yakuza was in on selling pirated Pokemon products.
Oh
And
my.
last I heard, he was trying to get into Canada, but Canada wouldn't let him in with his
record.
Yeah.
So he's like living on the border of Canada somewhere, and but he's on the run from the Yakuza for selling pirated Pokemon products.
Oh,
Thank you, Leo. That is
This is our Leo.
Yeah.
just very nonchalant. This is part of his life.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, welcome to Splash Pages, everybody.
He
Where
dual wields axes and kills 6-foot-long snakes and has dealings with the Yakuza that he wasn't aware of. And it's just, yeah, this is what we say a lot, Dylan. Oh my God, Leo.
Yeah.
Because Leo just sits there and he's just so nice, and he lets Drew and I talk over him constantly and doesn't try to interrupt or do anything. He's just so pleasant.
And then he
he
just drops the mic with a good
Yeah.
story. And we're just like,
If you would like some good Leo stories, by the way, go over to the Owlite Network, one of my other networks I do things on, and we do a thing that's like a virtual campfire called the Owlite Society, kind of like the Midnight Society. And we have clips, and we do all these stories. And we had Leo join us and tell us a bunch of stories from his childhood. So you can hop on over there and you guys are more than welcome to. I'm just letting Dylan and such know that there's like a section of Leo Pond stories.
They deal enough with horror that they don't need to listen to that.
yeah, they don't need to add more horror.
Yeah, my parents' old farmhouse, though, when I came back from Florida, I lived in it for a bit, and turned out it was infested with snakes. Yeah,
Good
that's
Lord.
where Carrie said the 6-foot snakes. It was like,
And I think Trish's internet went out.
No, I think my camera died.
Oh, okay.
It's frozen. I was making at least a nice face.
Yeah, it was
Yes.
nice.
I believe you, Trish. Your facial expressions have been
pictures.
spot on.
There are pictures of the snakes on the over on the thing. But
Well, before my
look
camera dies too, do we have any? I feel like we're reaching the end.
Yeah.
Do we have any questions for Trish or I before I make her get back to work?
I do have to finish a bunch of pages tonight, y'all. But
we are all about, even though we aren't going to be at any cons that you're at right now, we are all about catering to our creators at cons. So for other people that might be going to the cons that you're going to be going to, and we'll have you announce them. What do you like to have as your treats and your bevs while you're at cons? Are you just a straight hydrator? Do you need sugars? Do you need carbs? Do you like a good Coke Zero, or, as we have discovered with one lovely person, a banana mineral water?
Ooh,
banana mineral water. That's
specific.
interesting.
It was.
I love it when somebody brings by a bottle of water. That's very nice. Or extra special if it's like a sugar-free Red Bull. That really hits at about 2:00 p.m. on a convention day. But yeah, usually I do a pretty good job of showing up prepared. Although that, like, the first couple of days I'll have everything ready, and then by Sunday I'm completely run down and run out of supplies.
All right,
Trish.
I like water.
Mhm.
Usually, Coke Zero. I love Coke Zero. Cherry Coke Zero Supreme.
Ooh.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Not so much the sugar stuff. But like high protein snacks. Excuse my dog.
Getting
He
into
was
it.
in-
Now, that's what a terrible time for that camera to go out.
I know.
Yeah, he's being a total. Yeah, it's out.
There you go. You're back.
Am I
It's the
back?
same Trish.
I can't see. That's me. That's my dumb face. It's frozen.
It's okay. You look fine.
You look great.
It's forever skeptical, Trish.
Yeah.
Just listening to your story, but hang on a second. I'm so sorry.
That's how she looks when I tell her what's coming up next in Feral.
And I know we need to wrap things up, but just say
Well, I
just
mistake of letting him out of his crate, and that's why he started yapping like that.
Amazing.
Gotcha.
He knows when I'm on a call. So
Sounds
So,
like all right.
Trish, you're going to be at Clandestine Comics on the 12th, and Tony, you're going to be at Heroes Con, that's in Alaska, on the 24th.
I'll be at Heroes Con. That's in South Carolina. I'll be in Alaska at Arctic Comic Con on the 24th. And the 17th, the week before that, I'll be at Atlantis Fantasy World in Santa Cruz, California for a signing.
wow.
But yeah, Heroes Con in when is that, Trish?
Heroes Con's in June.
June. You know,
And
tomorrow
it's,
at the rate of this year.
Yeah.
June 11th through the 14th.
Yep.
Awesome. Are either of you going to be at Terrificon in August?
No, I will not be.
Not yet. Every time I see that guy Mitch, I feel like I'm one step closer to maybe being at Terrificon one day. But as for now, he likes him. He likes him a little more olden timey comic book creator. You know, he wants him to have some pedigree. But I write Deathstroke now. I mean, that feels like closer.
You'll get there.
One of these days,
And we'll be there.
I live
Steve.
to impress that one guy.
You have a good pedigree. You wrote a book about dogs.
Yeah. Everyone loves dogs. Even people who don't like dogs love dogs.
She's doing a pun, Drew.
Oh.
Yeah. Get it, dog pedigree. Get
Catch
it.
up.
I get it.
All right, I'm glad we're wrapping up the show.
But I also have 4-State Comic Con on the weekend of the 24th. So when that's in Hagerstown, Maryland.
And you said that orders were out for when do people have to place orders by for the next issue of Feral?
Yeah, Feral
Monday.
22, the real first part of the Feral Stray Dogs crossover. Orders close for that on Monday. So if you are interested in jumping on, they can probably still get issue 21 too. But yeah, this whole arc 21 through 25 are our big Stray Dogs crossover. 25 is going to be a big extra size issue, wraparound cover. We're going to have some cool variant covers on that too. So yeah, this is a good time for people to jump onto Feral if they've been on the fence. It's exciting stuff's happening in this arc.
Is the wraparound cover the main cover?
Yeah, it'll be the A cover.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Sweet.
Okay. Like I said, my local doesn't, so I have to call other comic book. Like I have to go out of state or out of town at least.
Do they don't even get the movie cover? They don't get big covers too?
There are two, but I'm in Lincoln, Nebraska.
Mhm.
So, like each, a lot of comic books get like 4 people going in to buy them.
Is
and
Lincoln, do they have Traded Tape or is that Omaha?
Yep.
Traded
Nope. Traded Tape is right up the street from me. And I talked to him and he's like, we don't do any variants because nobody wants them here.
Yeah.
They just want the comic. That's it. And we have a rainbow and they're a little bit bigger,
Oh yeah.
but I have to go to, I can't remember if it's Crypto or Krypton in Omaha. Is that's a good place to go if I want to get this stuff. So I can like talk to them ahead of time. It's just a matter of getting there. But
for sure. Well, Rainbow
yeah,
knows me. I know all 3 of those shops, so I'm sure you can reach out ahead of time and let them know you want the other covers, but they'll definitely get the wraparound cover.
Hey, Tony told me that I just had to name drop and
yeah, I'm
get
sure
this
that
up
would
for
work.
me.
Well,
Nice.
Want to let everybody know if you want to learn more about Tony and Trish, head on over to our website, splashpagescomicbookclub.com. And for there, you will see we have now pages for both Tony and Trish. And all the contact information, your Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, your websites, a bunch of information on both of you, recommended reading.
Awesome.
So,
man, look at that. That's cool.
Yeah. We're doing this for all our guests now. Just
awesome.
trying to spread the information on everybody. But where do both of you like people following you on social media?
And Instagram.
Instagram.
At Trish Forstner on Instagram.
I'm
I
on,
do like oddball post on like X and Blue Sky, but I don't really do the social media thing. And I do post on TikTok, but it's mostly repost from Tony.
What's your Blue Sky account, Trish?
Everything is at Trish Forstner.
Okay,
Yep.
Perfect.
Yep.
Cool. And
So
what about
Trish
you?
Forstner, Blue Sky.
Hey, just check my page, Leo. Tag both of them.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm the same at Tony Fleece everywhere. And you can go to TonyFleece.com.
Oh yeah,
if you go to
don't forget.
TonyFleece.com, we've got Feral plushies up there now. Those were announced in the back of issue 21.
Oh no.
Oh
you can
my
get those.
God. I'm going to
Yeah, you
spend so much
can get
money.
Elsie.
Oh
Look at
my
her.
God.
You can pet her and love her and smack her.
Bury her in the backyard.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've got those, and then if those sell well, we're gonna do. Trish is a plush expert, and she designed that one, and so if that does well, we'll do a Lord and a Patch and a Gigi and the whole rest of the gang. A Ghost.
Oh man.
I'm going to be so broke.
I could just see Trish is just, I shall create my own Pokemon.
If you
That's
click
right, my
on,
own Pokemon. Gotta catch them all, man.
there you go.
Yeah, she is. Look
There
at
she
her.
is.
Wow, that's so cute.
She's got
She's
a little weight in her too. Like she's got little beanies in her, and she's like very solid.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
a limited run. How big is she? Like,
like 8 inches tall.
I'd say
Is
8,
she about the
yeah,
same
8,
size
9.
as this guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
You could have a new friend.
Oh boy. Yeah.
Next time
More
we come
friends.
in. Yeah, we
All
got
right,
that,
Leo.
and then we have T-shirts too. If you go to the image into their Threadless page, you can buy feral T-shirts as well and stray dog stuff.
Oh dear
nice.
God.
Awesome.
Wahahaha.
I do have 2 days out of the month that I don't have an assigned T-shirt for, so
Perfect.
There you go. You know.
Yes.
All right, Leo, you want to sign
have
us
one
off?
of each.
Yeah. I want to thank everybody for watching this fine evening. Just real quick, so we can close things up. Carrie, where do you like people following you?
Follow me at Carrie Sanders on Facebook because I am old and I don't get all of this newfangled shit. I am on it, but I don't use it, so I can follow other people. If you see a judgmental crow, that is me judging you. You can take it to all the different links of things I have. The only things in particular are my author page and the different podcasting pages that I'm on. So you can read me and watch me if you feel like doing that. And Ratatosker will be around as well.
Awesome.
Let's see what
Mr.
Drew's up to, though.
Hey, everybody. You just caught me mid yawn, but that's only because I'm exhausted. But that's because we had a great time. And I had all the energy I had left. It's literally like the last 10 minutes of Iron Man right now. But less about me, more about us. Thank you so much for joining us. If you like what you saw, please do hit the like and subscribe button on our YouTube channel. We put a lot of good work to get some of the best of the best, as you've seen some of the best here tonight. We have so much more coming, and we really would love you to join us on that journey. For instance, this Saturday, we have upcoming creator Jimmy Gasparo completing the creative team that we've interviewed already of Penny and the Yeti, an upcoming Paper Cuts book. We had his collaborator Amber Atkin on in February, so we're finishing that. For the book is out this month, so definitely pay attention because we are going to have something posted about that on our page, aka the website, because we have a website now. If you didn't see Leo talk about it earlier, right, Leo?
Yeah.
Good. Thanks, Leo.
Like
no, I
and
wasn't done yet.
subscribe.
No. Whoa, I wasn't done
Back.
yet, Leo.
Film up. Big screen. Big screen.
And
Big Drew.
yes, and if you need to follow me, that's my name. You can find me on Blue Sky, Facebook, Ghostbusterman 1984 on Instagram. I'll get back to you if you reach out. I swear, I'm just really working on cloning myself so I can get everything done. It's a work in progress. We'll see. It's like multiplicity, but with Drew, so it's maloplicity. It's a lot.
Okay. On that note, we'll catch you later.
Gotta catch them all. Bye.
Be good, everybody.